Good afternoon, folks. My name is Kurt Hitzemann, County Court Judge here in Hernando County. You folks are here for your first appearance. The purpose of the first appearance is so that you may be informed of the charges against you. I'll determine if probable cause exists for those charges. Probable cause simply means it's more likely than not that a crime has occurred, and more likely than not that you're the person that committed that crime. Of course, as you stand before me this afternoon, I presume that you're innocent to these allegations. That presumption of innocence will stay with you through every stage of the proceedings, unless and until the State Attorney's Office is able to prove the allegations against you beyond and to the exclusion of a reasonable doubt. You set your conditions of pretrial release today, that is your bail or your bond. In most cases, you've had a bond set already pursuant to the bond schedule. Here in the 5th Judicial Circuit of the warrant which led to your arrest, I'll determine if that bond should be raised or lowered or left the same, or whether there'll be additional conditions of pretrial release placed upon you. We'll let you know when your next court date will be. If you'd like to have the services of the public defender, I'll gladly appoint the PD to represent you this afternoon. You do have a right to have contact with folks on the outside, family, friends, counsel. If you have not had a chance to make that call, please let me know. We'll make sure that happens. Finally, and most importantly, advise that you do have an absolute right to remain silent with regard to the facts which surround your arrest. I encourage you to do that. These proceedings are recorded. In addition, there is an assistant state attorney in the courtroom with me. If you say something that tends to incriminate you, they will use it against you in the prosecution down the road. I now need each and every one of you there at the jail to please raise your right hands and be sworn. You all solemnly swear affirm, tell the truth, whole truth, none but the truth. Outstanding. When you hear your name called, please step forward to the podium. Alyssa Coleman.
Hi. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, Miss Coleman. How are you?
I'm good. I was wanting to know.
Miss Coleman, hang on. Miss Coleman. Tell you what.
Yes, sir.
Tell what.
Yes, sir.
Just stand there and be quiet for a few minutes. And when I'm done, if you still have questions, you'll have a chance, okay?
Okay.
Right. First thing I have is 4 charges of possession of controlled substance, possession of new legend drug, resisting without violence, possession of drug paraphernalia. There's probable cause for those 4 charges. And then I have, interestingly enough, 2 counts of grand theft and 1 count of petty theft. Miss Daly, did you look at that?
Grand theft?
Hang on. Just remain calm. Did you look at that?
No.
Okay, take a look. This is a new deputy. It would appear that everything was allegedly stolen all at once, and for some reason he divided it up into 3 piles. Hang on. Hang on.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong person.
That's okay. Yeah, the first one is easy. This one is...
There you
go. I did that.
So they separated them based on what they were?
I guess. It looks to me like 1 grand theft. The allegation seems to be it all came from the same person at the same time.
Out of his house?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's payroll number 1839. He was in kindergarten when Miss Daly started practicing law.
Yeah.
I'll leave that to you. So what I'm going to do, Aaron, is I'll find probable cause for a grand theft and then not for the other 2 charges. All right, so let's see. We have 5 charges I found probable cause for. As to those charges, you want to represent yourself? You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like me to appoint the public defender?
A public defender?
I'm going to appoint the public defender. Any history, Miss Daly?
Yes, sir.
Hang on. Alyssa, I promise you, we're going to get to you.
Only within the last year or 2 from up in the Panhandle, there's a petty theft. It was a grand theft remanded to a petty theft. I don't know the disposition of that. There's something else up there. She has a failure to appear on it. She has a battery from in Pasco County from about a couple of months ago. She has an arrest.
Alyssa, I'll get to you.
On June 5th in Bay County. So she looks like she has probably an open drug charge up there.
All right. And Alyssa, you've been staying anywhere particular in Hernando County?
No, I just wanted to know if I could do R&R pre-trial release because I have no money or family.
Okay.
And I just,
Okay,
please, sir.
we're getting to that, all right? That's what I say. How long have you been in Hernando County?
I'm going to be staying here for now the rest of my life until I get my life back together. I'm trying to take care of my son. I'm trying to get a job and go to school.
Okay,
And,
where do you plan to stay?
with my mom and dad. I can stay with my mom and dad. They live right there in Hudson. And my mom's helping me get into school, and I've been applying lately. So I've been doing really good.
Okay. We have different definitions of that, but what's the address in Hudson where your mom and dad live?
16215 Tomahawk Street,
Okay.
Hudson, Florida.
Okay, do they know where you are right now?
They don't, and I told my mom if I ever went to jail again, I will go straight to a rehab or something. I promised her, and I will. If I can get pre-trial release, I will go straight to a rehab. I just want to be with my family.
Okay, well, there's no doubt that it's no fun being in jail. But Alyssa, you're not the sort of person that's going to get released on their own recognizance. You got other history, and you got felony charges today, a number of them.
I got felony charges.
Yes, ma'am. So you're going to be in felony court on these. They may, if you can get an address in Hernando County, offer you drug court, which will be a way for you to get treatment and get this taken care of. But you'll have to have that discussion with your attorney from the public defender's office before you go to court.
So are they going to let me out?
No, they're not going to. Well, you're going to have to post a bond, which in your case.
Have you heard about that, sir?
Sure, go ahead.
We'd ask that our bond be. I understand that the court's going to know PC count 2.
Sir, what are my felonies?
Excuse me.
Hang on.
I request that the bond be increased. She's got no community ties to speak of. She's not from this area. It looks like she has open charges from another county, and she has prior failure to appear on her.
Right. Okay.
Thank you.
I was going to leave them the same. So I'll do that. So the first 4 counts, Alyssa, it's 2,000 on the felony and 1,000 on the 3 misdemeanors. That's a total of 5. On the second case, it's 2,000 on the grand theft, so it's a total of $7,000. All your charges are coming back on the 19th of July. If you can't get out, the public defender is going to come to the jail and see you. If you do get out, you should contact the PD as soon as you do, okay?
I have a question.
Sure, go ahead.
So my bond is how much?
$7,000.
What are my felonies? What felonies do I have?
Felonies are possession of controlled substance and a grand theft.
When was this?
Okay.
From last night?
Okay, what's that? Yep, I'm all done. You have a seat. PD will come see if you don't get out, okay?
Thank you.
Did you ROR on the petty theft?
On one of the grand thefts and on the petty theft, yes. Okay. Jessica Wasserman. Good afternoon, Ms. Wasserman. What's your date of birth?
4489.
Okay, 2 things today, Ms. Wasserman. First one is a warrant signed by Judge Toner. Apparently you failed to appear in his court last summer. 2 counts of possession of medicinal drug without prescription, 1 count of possession of paraphernalia, and 1 count of introduction of contraband. And then we have 1 count of false ID. There's probable cause all the way around. As to those charges, you want to represent yourself, you can hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender, please.
I'm going to appoint the public defender, Judge Toner. Set your bonds at no bond. I'm going to leave those where they're at. You'll be back in front of him on the 19th of July. On the new misdemeanor, I'll set the bond at $1,000. You won't be able to bond out, of course, because of the felony case. That case is coming back on the 12th of July. Public defender is going to come see you at the jail about all your cases before you go to court, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Lauren Slotovan?
Morning.
Afternoon, Lauren. What's your date of birth?
4290.
All right, Lauren, the charge is petty theft. There's probable cause for the charge. As to that charge, you wish to represent yourself. You can hire private counsel. Or would you like the public defender?
Public defender, please.
I'll appoint the PD. Stay.
Positive?
Yep.
Yeah.
Your Honor, is there
Hang on.
any way that I...
Go ahead.
Me or her?
I don't care. Did you want to resolve your case today?
Is that possible?
I don't know. Let's find out.
Well,
All right.
her criminal history includes, just look at the sunglasses.
Yeah.
Her criminal history includes possession of controlled substance, marijuana, there's failure to appear, there's theft, shoplifting. It looks like there was a domestic about 3 years ago. I don't know what the results were. No driver's license. Looks like she had some drug charges and a petty theft, paraphernalia, and failure to appear last year.
Okay. Is it something she could resolve today, or are you not making an offer?
It's a victim crime, so technically,
Okay.
under the law, I
Yeah.
really would need contact with that person.
Right. All right. Can't resolve it today, Lauren. You want the public defender?
Yes, please.
All right. And I have an address for you on Cresthaven Court in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yes, sir.
How long you been there?
A month and a half.
All right. You have a job these days?
Yes, sir. I was actually on my way back from my second interview when this happened.
Okay. What are you going to be doing?
I currently work at Cali K's. I work in the kitchen.
Okay. All right. I'll leave you bond for $500. I'm going to have you back on July 12th. Very important that you contact the public defender's office when you get out. All right?
Okay.
Thank you. Danielle Harris.
Good afternoon, John.
Afternoon, Ms. Harris. You are here on a writ of bodily attachment. That means that a child support hearing officer and a circuit judge determined that you owe some child support. They set a purge amount of $1,177. Is that amount of money that you have, Miss?
No, sir.
All right. Do you currently have a job?
I'm starting one. I just started back with my ex-husband, who's my son's father. He owns a handyman business.
Okay.
I was supposed to be moving in with him prior to getting beat up by my ex-boyfriend, and that's how I ended up in here.
Okay. How long has it been since you had employment that you got paid for?
I have not been paid for the last year and a half. My ex-boyfriend took care of everything.
Okay. And then is there any amount of money at all that you could get to the jail today if it meant getting out of jail? Any amount at all?
No, sir. I mean, if I worked, if I could get out right now, I could go work with him and bring back something.
Right, I understand.
And my husband's not one to give me another chance. And when I actually have court tomorrow, up in Citrus County to get some charges dropped that I got caught up with my ex with. So I've been just trying to fix my life.
Okay, hang on. All right, I'm going to find that you're in contempt for failed to pay child support. Sanction of that contempt is 10 days in the county jail starting today, or until you come up with $50. So if you get somebody to bring $50 to the jail at any time during the next 10 days, you get out. If you can't get somebody to bring the $50, then you'll do the 10 days. In either event, whenever you get out, it's very important that you contact the folks at Child Support Enforcement, because this issue will not go away until you see them and work out some sort of payment plan for your arrearage, okay?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Daryl Barnes.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Afternoon, Daryl. What's your date of birth?
7/29/88.
Daryl, you're also here on a writ of bodily attachment. In your case, the child support hearing officer and circuit judge determined that you owe child support, set a purge of $777. Is that an amount of money that you have, Daryl?
No, but I do have, I believe, 150 in custody right now.
Okay, well, are you working these days?
Yes, sir.
What do you do?
I have two jobs. I have a full-time roofing job, and then I have another part-time roofing job that I do for a friend of mine.
Okay. How many hours are you working in a regular week?
In a regular week, anywhere between 50 to 65.
Okay.
I just literally started the full-time job
When was that?
2 weeks ago. I just got my first paycheck when I got picked up.
Okay. All right. Well, I can't tell you that they're going to let you go into your property at the jail and get that money. I don't think that they will. But is there some amount of money that you can get somebody to bring to the jail if it meant getting out of jail today?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm pretty sure that I could, yes.
How much?
I don't know, probably $100.
Okay. All right. I will find that you're in contempt for failure to take child support. A sanction for that contempt is 10 days in the county jail or until you come up with $100 cash. The 10 days is starting today. If you get the $100 cash there, then you get out of jail, or the 10 days expires, you get out of jail that way. Either way, when you're out, you need to contact the folks at child support and get this issue cleared up, because if you don't, they will eventually start this process over again and you'll get arrested again, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nicholas Earl. Afternoon, sir. What's your date of birth?
1/16/85.
Nicholas, you're here on a petty theft. There's probable cause for the charge. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You want to hire private counsel. Or would you like me to appoint the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll appoint the PD, state.
It's got a long record going back about 18 years, burglary, batteries, a bunch of marijuana, violations of probation, failure to appear, disorderly intox, paraphernalia, burglaries, multiple, dealing in stolen properties, multiple, grand thefts, violations of injunction, and it looks like he may have an open Pasco case from the beginning. I'm not positive about that, but
Okay. All right. Mr.
something from January of this year.
Mr. Earl, where you been staying lately?
Here and there.
Okay. Do you have an address where you get mail?
No, sir.
You have a job these days?
No, sir.
Leave the bond at the $1,000 to have you back in court on July 12th. If you're able to get out, contact the public defender's office. If you can't get out, they're going to come see you at the jail, all right?
All right.
Thank you. Thomas Fannin?
Yes, Your Honor.
Afternoon, Mr. Fannin. What's your date of birth?
3973, sir.
Charge is disorderly intoxication. There's probable cause for that charge. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender, please, sir.
Appoint the PD. State what you tell me.
It's probably 100 pages of criminal history here. Some of them seem very serious. I really haven't had an opportunity to go through it. But let me just flip to the last
couple
3
of
or 4
years.
years.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
Let's see, number 76 is Orlando. There's an assault, threat to do violence within 4 months ago. Let's see, trespass, and this is me going backwards. Trespass, Tourette's, he did a couple months in jail. This domestic battery, no, just a straight old battery from Pasco last year. Did some jail on that. Burglaries, trespass. Whole bunch of them within the last couple of years. A bunch of battery convictions also.
Thomas, where you been staying lately?
Sir, I was heading to Pasco County to work with my brother. I got dropped off here in Spring Hill, Greyhound bus. The bus didn't go in to Pasco.
Okay.
I got
Thomas, hang on. I'm not asking you what happened. I'm just asking you where you live.
I actually live in Orange County. I'm homeless,
Okay.
but I came to work and I got drunk, I guess.
Okay, well, let's stay out of that. What do you do for work?
Well, my brother, we lay tile, and I'm a tree climber by trade.
Okay.
But
I see.
things have been tough. Life's been hard on me.
Okay. Ms. Daly, you had something else?
I just see that there are multiple felony convictions, some bat Leo and some burglaries and
Right.
Just a bunch of felonies also on top of that.
All right. Thomas, I'm going to leave your bond at $1,000. I'm going to have you back in court on the 12th of July. If you get out, go see the PD. Otherwise, I'll come see you at the jail, all right?
Yes, sir. There's no offer, sir?
No, not today.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nolan Kane?
Judge, did you raise it from 500?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Good afternoon, sir.
Mr. Kane, what's your date of birth?
6399.
You're here on a charge of battery being domestic in nature. There's probable cause for that charge. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You want to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender, sir.
I'll point the PD. State, what do you got?
Over the last 5 years, it looks like he had a PTI on some criminal mischief stuff. 2017 robbery arrest. I don't know the disposition of that. It's a burglary in 17, a couple of them, loitering prowling, and it looks like you got maybe a string of burglary conveyances that has a. I don't know what the disposition of those were, but it looks like a whole bunch of charges. Maybe it's like one of those, a bunch of cars, all separate charges.
Nolan, I have an address for you on El Camino Street. Is that where you live?
Yes, sir.
How long have you lived there?
Over 2 years now. That's November of November 2016 is when I moved
All
there.
right. And your brother lives there as well?
Yes, sir. I'm moving out next month, though.
Well. All right. Do you have a job these days?
Currently not right now, but I did. I just quit probably about a month ago.
Okay. All right, we set your bond at $500. Condition of the bond, however, is that you'll have no contact with your brother Adam. No contact means no contact of any kind. You don't call, you don't write, you don't email, you don't text message. Don't contact him through any social media. Don't go where he lives. Don't go where he works. Don't have any contact of any kind. Any way that you might imagine having contact with him, I forbid you to do that. If you have contact and we find out about it, your bond will be revoked and you'll be held without bond until the charges are resolved. It means no contact even if he wants the contact, so if you answer your phone and hear his voice, you should hang up. If you're out and about and see him, you should turn around and run the other way. You need to understand that he cannot drop the charges against you. That's not a decision he'll be allowed to make. He may go to the state attorney's office and request that the charges be dropped. You may tell them he's not interested in pursuing this matter. That decision belongs solely to the assistant state attorney who will be handling your case. So unless that person or the judge on your case or your lawyer tells you the charges are dropped, you should assume they are not dropped and you should not have contact. In addition, I'm going to have you held at the jail today up until 4 p.m. so that if Adam was interested in getting a civil injunction for protection against domestic violence, we'd know where to find you. If you get the civil injunction, it's doubly important that you not have contact, because in that case, not only would you get your bond revoked here, but you get new charges for violating the injunction. I'll have you back in court on July 12th. Very important that if you bond out, you contact the public defender right away. And if you can't bond out, they'll come see you at the jail, all right?
Okay, how do I get the information? Will I get it when I leave?
What information?
For the public defender.
The public defender's here in the courthouse in Brooksville. Come on by.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, sir.
You bet. Greg Kershey?
Yes, sir.
Afternoon, Greg. Date of birth?
11/02/1986, sir.
All right. Gregory, you're here today on a warrant signed by Judge Merritt. He found probable cause for a violation of probation. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You want to hire a private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender, please, sir.
I'll appoint the PD, Greg. The bond, of course, is no bond. I can't change that. I am going to change your date to the 9th of July. They told you the 19th. You'll be back on the 9th of July, and the public defender will come see you before then, okay?
Thank you. I have a question. Does it state what the violation was for?
Yeah, the one condition is changing your address without consent.
All right. Thank you, sir.
You bet. Luis Loreno Santiago. Afternoon, sir. What's your date of birth?
12/18/84.
All right. So you're here on a warrant that was signed by Judge Heinemann. He found probable cause for 5 counts: sale of heroin, possession of heroin with intent to sell, possession of a structure for the purpose of the sale of a controlled substance, unlawful use of a two-way communication device, and possession of drug paraphernalia. As to those charges, you wish to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender.
Appoint the PD, state.
Mr. Loriano?
Yep.
Yes, he has a lengthy history going back since almost 20 years. There's grand thefts, burglary of a dwelling with battery, resisting without, violations of probation, sale of counterfeit, controlled substance paraphernalia, tampering with evidence, failures to appear, resisting without, sales of controlled substances. I think there's probably more than I haven't. There's some out-of-state history too. Your Honor, I request that the bond be increased in this case. There's obviously history of drug sales. He's got he's not, although he has a Spring Hill address, he's born in Puerto Rico. We don't know what kind of family he has outside of Florida. And based on his failure to appear and his prior history, increased bond is warranted.
All right. And Luis, I have an address for you at Sunburst Court in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yes, sir.
How long have you been there?
Not even a year.
Okay. Where were you before that?
At my mom's house.
Where's your mom's house?
On Carroll Street,
What county?
Spring Hill, Florida.
Okay. And do you have a job these days?
No, sir.
And how long has it been since you had a job?
About 2 years.
Okay. I'm going to leave these bonds per Judge Eineman's warrant, which is $5,000 on counts 1, 3, and 4, $2,000 on count 2, and $1,000 on count 5. That's a total of $18,000. You'll be back in court on July 19th. Very important that you contact the public defender if you get out. If you don't get out, they're going to come see you at the jail, all right?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
John Links.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Links, what's your date of birth?
11/28/1976.
You're here on a warrant out of Pasco County. It's a fail to appear warrant. The judge that issued that warrant sets a bond of $1,213. If you can post
Yes,
that
sir.
bond, you can get out of
My
here.
mom's posting it. My mom's posting it right now.
Okay.
At the speed.
All right. Then you can go down to Newport Richie, find out when they want you in court. All right.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You bet. Hubert Richards.
Yeah.
Hubert, what's your date of birth?
I'm 38.
Hubert, you're hearing a warrant signed by Judge Rupi. She found probable cause for a violation of probation. Probation has recommended that we terminate that probation and have you do 30 days in the county jail. Is that something you're interested in?
Is there another offer?
Nope. Well, here's the offer. You can do the 30 days, or I'm going to leave the bond at no bond. You'll stay there till the 12th of July. What's today, the 19th? So that's 24 days. A 30-day sentence is 25 days. So I'll get to you. So you can take the 30 now, or you can wait and speak to a lawyer. You'll be back on the 12th, and we'll see what happens then. But it's up to you on that.
You could just give me the 30.
All right. You understand, by entering an admission to a violation of probation, you give up the right to have a trial to the court, the right to confront the witnesses against you, the right to have a lawyer represent you. But you're willing to give up those rights so we can take care of this today?
Yes, sir.
Case number 19 MM1224. Do you admit that you violated your probation? Do you admit that?
Yes.
Very good. I'll accept the admission, find it's freely and voluntarily made. Revoke and terminate that probation unsuccessfully, adjudicate you guilty of the underlying charge, and sentence you to 30 days in the county jail. Let's see, credit with 2. Hubert, when you originally got arrested, were you in jail, or did you just get a notice to appear?
No, I got arrested.
Okay, hang on. Actually, it looks like back in April you just got a citation on marijuana. So it'll be 30 with credit for 2 served on that. Finding court costs would be an extra $100 for the state attorney's office and your cost of incarceration. That takes care of your marijuana case, and it'll be a 1-year DL suspension. Then you're also here on a writ of bodily attachment, which means that a child support hearing officer and a circuit judge determine that you owe some child support. They said a cash purge is $677. I imagine that's not something you can come up with. Is that right, Hubert?
At the moment, not right now. I
That's
just
right.
started a new job.
Okay. And young lady, you have something to do with him?
I do.
Are you the one owed the child support?
No.
Okay. What do you want to tell me?
I could pay $100 towards his child support, but I wanted to know if he could get the weekend in jail instead of actual 30 days. He just started a job. They're taking child support out of his Friday check. As long as he works, then he can pay his child support.
Okay. And I get all that. But given the allegations in the VOP warrant, I'm not going to give him weekends. He was on probation for using marijuana and tested positive for using marijuana. Nope, we're not. That's done. He's entered a plea on that. So since, Hubert, since you're doing the 30 days for me, on the child support, I'll find that you were in contempt for not paying the child support. The sanction will be 10 days in the county jail to run concurrent with your other time. So when you get out, the misdemeanor case will be done. The child support case won't go away. You do need to contact them and try and find out what's going on with child support so that you don't get arrested again, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Jeffrey Robinson. Afternoon, Jeffrey. What's your date of birth?
4/8/99, Your Honor.
Jeffrey, you're here on a warrant signed by Judge Merritt. Apparently you failed to appear in his court last week on account of uttering forged bills. As to that charge, you're representing yourself. You got private counsel. You got the public defender.
Public defender, Your Honor.
You want to stay with the public defender? I'll appoint the public defender to represent you in the case. Judge Merritt set your bond at $7,500, so I'll have you back in front of him on the 9th of July. If you get out, it's very important that you contact the PD's office. If you can't get out, they will come see you at the jail before you go to court, okay?
Yes, sir. May I ask something?
Sure.
I wanted to know if it was possible if I was able to get my bond reduced, because right now I just started a construction job 2 weeks ago, and I'm the one that's really helping the bills with my mother, because my mother's not working, and I'm really taking care of me and my brother taking care of my mother right now.
Okay. Well,
I work every day at construction.
And I understand all that. I'm going to leave the bond per it's Judge Merritt's warrant. I'm going to leave it there. I did change the date to the 9th of July. They told you the 19th. It'll be the 9th. All right?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Corey Rodriguez. Rodriguez, what's your date of birth? Morning. Afternoon.
10/23/1992.
Corey, the charge is battery being domestic in nature, and it says a second or subsequent offense. There's probable cause for the charge. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
I would like a public defender, Your Honor.
Appoint the PD, State.
Let's see, starting about 2013, some marijuana resisting, domestic, criminal mischief, burglary, this violation of probation. It seems that he's been to prison. He had a 15, he had a robbery, and it looks like he had a domestic in April of this year. I don't know what happened with that, but it looks like there was an arrest in this county. Oh, I got a court case number 19MM1100. And he pled guilty to that. Okay, he did some jail time, and that was only 2 months ago.
And Corey, you been staying any place in particular, living outdoors? What's going on?
Your Honor, to be honest, I lost my job the last time I went to jail. So I've been doing construction lately.
Okay.
So I've been trying to take care of this girl.
Okay,
haven't been
Corey,
doing
I asked you if you live any place in particular. If you.
Oh, my bad. I misunderstood the question.
That's okay.
I really haven't. I used to live at my mama's house, but like I said, last time I went to jail, kind of fudged everything up.
Okay.
So I've really been like here and there.
Okay. And before yesterday, were you working?
I was doing, like I said, construction.
Okay. All right, Corey, I'm going to set your bond at $2,000. Condition of the bond is that you don't have no contact with Katie while this charge is pending. Did you hear me explain no contact earlier this afternoon?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that?
Yes.
Very
Is there
good.
any way we can resolve this case today, Your Honor?
No, it's a domestic battery, so they can't resolve it at first appearance without the alleged victim being here. She's not here.
I'm sorry.
All right. Thank you, Your
All
Honor.
right. And also, 4 p.m. hold for an injunction. You'll be back in court on the 19th of July. Was there something else, Ms. Daly?
What did you say, Your Honor?
Go ahead.
You'll be back in court on July 19th.
July 19th. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
I just noticed in the PC affidavit that it was the same victim in the previous.
Yeah, they've been together for a while.
Okay.
Carl Bain. Afternoon, Carl. What's your date of birth?
7/15/99.
Carl, you're here on a warrant signed by Judge Merritt. He found probable cause for a violation of probation. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender, sir.
I'll appoint the PD. Bond on that warrant is no bond. I'll send you back to see Judge Merritt on the 9th of... All right, this says 7/10. Is it supposed to be the 10th or the 9th? 9th. On the 9th of July at 9 a.m., the public defender will come see you before you go to court, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you.